Hi, I'm Nate Schulte, and this is a story I've been wanting to tell for a while. And it's been a long time. I've had an idea in my head about, people telling their bully busting stories or times they've stood up for bullies in school. Well, so here's my bully buster story. I came to my hometown when I was about 5 years old. My father was in the Navy and had been honorably discharged, and so he moved me, my mother, my brother, and myself all the way from San Diego, California to Whitewater, Wisconsin. And it was a small, quiet town. A lot of people knew my parents, and a lot of people knew my grandparents. It was one of those kinds of small towns. I started getting picked on as soon as I started riding the bus. Like I had my hair pulled, but as time went by, it got worse. I went from It went from not just upperclassmen, but fellow classmates and underclassmen as well as I grew up. I started taking karate at the age of 8, but I had to quit at the age of 11 due to the building going out of business. And I got picked on. I got even in junior high and high school. What happened was I started using my martial arts skills for the wrong reasons in junior high, but I learned to cool it and be, able to say, I shouldn't be doing this. However, little did I know I was going to get a chance to redeem myself. But it was I was always hoping I would never have to do it, but it's in one of those situations where you can't help it. It was my senior year of high school in 2004. It had been a rough year for me. My parents got divorced, so I was pretty much, it was a hard year for me. It was near the end of my senior year, getting ready to graduate and go out into the world. But I actually was going to the men's room one time, just to do my business and get out of there. But somebody else had plans for me. I was just going into the bathroom, like I said, to do my business and get out. This guy would block my path, and so I tried going around him to the other urinal, and what happened was he got dropped right in front of me. I tried going to the first one, and he blocked my path, and we just went going back and forth, and I said, "Excuse me," 5 or 6 times. Finally, I just pushed him out of the way. As I was going, he started grabbing me by the shoulders and started shaking me, and I asked him to quit, but he wouldn't listen to me. And I was like, knock it off, knock it off. I said, stop it right now. But he didn't listen to me. I was wearing an ear cuff in my left ear, and he flicked my ear, and I told him, don't do that. Well, this went on for a long time. About a week he was pestering me and harassing me, and I finally went to a teacher and I was like, could you help me out? This guy's been bothering me and I was wondering if you could help me out, please. And she said, well, I can't help you. Do you know his name? And I was like, unfortunately, no, I don't. And she said, well, I'm sorry, I can't do anything unless you give me a name or something. So I was pretty much on my own. This went on for like a week, like I said, and as I was going into the bathroom to do my business, I just got done washing my hands, and I actually was drying them off, and the guy flicked my ear, and I was pretty much at the point where I was going to do a block and get him in a wrist lock and be like to him, don't do that again. Instead, I accidentally got the corner of his right eye, and I didn't hit him that hard. It was more of a tap than anything else. But as I left, he looked like he was getting ready to cry. I was really shaken up for a good portion of the day because I felt so terrible about what I did. I was hoping I'd never have to do that. Then there was another time when I was in class and I was talking to a teacher, and this guy, for no reason, came up behind me and he smacked me in the butt with a metal ruler, and I didn't do anything to him. Teacher just stood there and he was like, And I was just like, okay, I guess I'm on my own here. So, I remembered something my father once told me. He told me if somebody does something like that to you, you do, when they're in the same situation you are, you go do the exact same thing to them. And if they give you any guff or anything, you ask them, well, how do you like it? Which is what I did. So I snuck up behind him while the guy was talking to one of his buddies. I quietly got down into a fighting stance and I gathered up all of my energy that I could, drown out everything, every worry I had about the consequences, and I threw a martial arts kick right in his butt because he got me in the butt with a metal ruler, so I got him in the butt with a kick. When he saw it was me, he knew what happened or why he was getting kicked. Well, his friends swore at me and the guy said, no, he and I are even now. In both situations, I'm not proud of what I did, and I'm not sorry, but on the other hand, I'm not really sorry either. I felt guilty that I had to do that, but when you do something like that, a lot of things, change in you. For those of you who are bully victims and watching this, you're not alone. There are many people out there like you. The message I have for bullies is next time it could be you. If you don't cut it out or if you don't listen to your victims when they say stop, sooner or later, it could be you. Bullying is getting out of hand in our society today. Let's put an end to bully war before it escalates more. I want to thank you all for watching this, and I just want to make sure I tell my story. And like I said, if you have a bully story or bully buster story to tell, I encourage you to share it, because we need to start showing what happens when certain people get bullied too far. And also, everybody should has a story to tell. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you all.